Welcome back, Wildcat Nation, to episode 9 of season 7. I'm Abby Harvey with Isaac Wolf, and today we are spotlighting the women's field team. We'll be joined by senior Princess Cara and junior Bri Nichols.
Cara is a two-time NAIA Outdoor Athlete of the Year award winner and was the recipient of the National Women's Field Athlete of the Year in back-to-back years at the JUCO level. She has won 3 discus national championships and a shot put national title at the NAIA level. She also holds the discus JUCO national record with a mark of 56.51 meters. She was also named second-team academic All-American last year. Nichols finished top 25 in the nation in discus last year and top 15 in hammer. She was named academic All-District and has continued her strong showing this season, placing 3rd in hammer at the Macedon Invite during indoor season.
Before we get started, here's your Crossroads League Week in Review.
I'm Isaac Wolf with your Crossroads League Week in Review. The men's and women's basketball national championships wrapped up on Tuesday. Let's take a look at how far the Crossroads League teams made it. On the men's side, the 4 seed in the listing quadrant, Bethel, lost a thriller in overtime against the 1 seed LSU Alexandria, 83-78. The Pilots overcame an 8-point halftime deficit to tie the game and play an extra 5 minutes thanks to a wild buzzer-beating 3 from Preston Phillips. The Pilots were down 3 with 2.7 seconds left, and the full-court inbound came across to Phillips, who fired it from about 30 feet and drilled it as time expired. Unfortunately, the Pilots could not ride the momentum in overtime as they were outscored 14-9 in the extra period. Phillips led the Pilots with 28 points in the loss. The 2 seed in the Kramer quadrant, Grace, defeated the 11 seed St. Mary of the Woods in the round of 16, 86-71. The Ians combined for 49 points in the win, Rosh leading the way with 27 on 11 of 13 shooting from the field. The Lancers then fell to the 1 seed Arizona Christian in the quarterfinal, 73-71. Rosh again led them with 24 points and 9 rebounds. Nonetheless, a very impressive season for Grace after losing their 3 leading scorers from last year to the Division I level. On the women's side, the 3 seed in the Naismith quadrant, Marion, defeated the 2 seed Cumberlands of Kentucky 77-72 in the round of 16. The McNally twins combined for 37 points and 15 rebounds in that one. The Knights then lost their quarterfinal matchup with the number 1 overall seed Dort of Iowa 82-61. The Knights struggled to shoot in this one, converting just 39% of their field goals and 25% of their threes. Indiana Wesleyan, the 1 seed in the listing quadrant, defeated Georgetown, Freed, Hardeman, and Briarcliff en route to the national championship game, where they ultimately fell short, losing to Dort 82-73. The defenders win their 2nd straight national title behind a triple-double from Macy Sievers, who put up 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists in the championship-winning effort. Maddie Lawrence led the Wildcats with 17 points, but it was a rough shooting night overall for IWU until the 4th quarter, where they put up 29 points, but it was not enough to overcome the deficit. In baseball, number 13 Taylor is 24-5. They went 3-1 against Mount Vernon last week, dropping their first conference game of the season. They will play Bethel on Thursday and Friday this week. The Trojans sit at first place in the Crossroads League with a record of 15-1. In softball, number 11 Marion is 20-4 after a series split with Goshen on Tuesday. In the Game 1 win, Olivia Stunkel pitched a complete game shutout, giving up just 1 hit and 1 walk with 9 strikeouts. Number 15 Indiana Wesleyan is 21-3 after series sweeps of Mount Vernon and Defiance in Ohio on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Wildcats and Knights will face off on Friday at Sue Bowman Field on the campus of Indiana Wesleyan University at 4 p.m., with Game 2 following about a half hour after the conclusion of Game 1. The 2 will vie for the top spot in the Crossroads League as the Wildcats hold first place with a record of 11-1 in conference, while Marion is right behind them at 10-2 in conference. Quick shout out to bowling as well, as the Crossroads League swept the national championships with Marion winning on the men's side and Spring Arbor winning on the women's side. As for this week's Crossroads League awards, the baseball player of the week is Caleb Colpine of Taylor. Colpine had a pair of 4-hit games and piled up 11 hits in a 4-game series win over Mount Vernon, batting .733 and tying Taylor's all-time career hits mark. The senior also swatted 3 home runs and drove in 7 without striking once in 15 at-bats. The baseball pitcher of the week is Seth Hogg of Marion. Hogg went 2-0 on the bump for Marion with wins over Huntington and Spring Arbor. The sophomore fanned 15 batters over his 14 innings of work and posted a 1.29 ERA to go with a 0.93 whip. The softball player of the week is Jenna Minnix of Marion. Minnix helped number 11 Marion to a 6-0 week by hitting .714 with 1 double and 1 home run in her 14 at-bats. Minnix also scored 6 times, drove in 9 runs, and stole 1 base for the Knights. The softball pitcher of the week is Macy Cohn of Marion. Cohn led number 11 Marion to a trio of comfortable wins with her work in the circle. The sophomore went 3-0 with 2 complete games and did not yield an earned run in 17 innings. Cohn walked just 1 and allowed only 9 hits for a 0 ERA and a 0.59 whip. The women's outdoor track and field track athlete of the week is Janie Halterman of Taylor. Halterman picked up right where she left off from indoor season for Taylor, winning her first race of the outdoor season in record-breaking fashion. The undefeated freshman finished the 5,000-meter race in 16 minutes and 9.75 seconds to break the Taylor record and automatically qualify for nationals. The women's outdoor track and field athlete of the week is Brooke Kaufman of Marion. Kaufman won the high jump at the Iwu Polar Bear Invitational and automatically qualified for NAIA Nationals. The sophomore posted a mark of 1.69 meters to open her outdoor campaign. The men's outdoor track and field track athlete of the week is Ryan Hannock of Taylor. Hannock finished second of 75 runners in the 5,000 meters at Indiana Wesleyan's Polar Bear Invitational. Hannock crossed with an NAIA B standard time of 14 minutes and 47.28 seconds to qualify for NAIA Nationals. The men's outdoor track and field athlete of the week is Josh Forbes of Taylor. Forbes provisionally qualified for NAIA Nationals in his first pole vault attempt of the outdoor season, clearing 4.8 meters to win the event at Indiana Wesleyan's Invitational. The women's golfer of the week is Kylie Purdy of Indiana Wesleyan. Purdy took medalist honors at Taylor's Purgatory Intercollegiate with rounds of 75 and 77 over the two-day event. Purdy's first-place finish helped number 15 Indiana Wesleyan secure the team title. The men's golfer of the week is Cameron Jones of Grace. Jones turned in a win and a third-place finish for Grace, taking third at the Blue Raider Classic before topping the field at the Purgatory Intercollegiate. Jones shot under 70 in 3 of his 5 rounds for the Lancers. The women's tennis player of the week is Sophia Munoz of Indiana Wesleyan. Munoz led number 24 Indiana Wesleyan to a 6-1 team win over Indiana Tech with a 6-3, 6-2 win at number 1 singles and a 6-0 win at number 1 doubles for the Wildcats. And the men's tennis player of the week is Pablo Gregory of Grace. Gregory led number 14 Grace to a 7-0 lead win over Judson, winning 7-6, 6-3 at number 1 singles and 6-2 at number 1 doubles. That's all for this week with your Crossroads League Week in Review. I'm Isaac Wolf.
So to start things off, both of you obviously aren't from Indiana. So how did you end up at Iwu?
I ended up here through research. Kind of contacted a coach because a lot of the things I kind of hoped for when it comes to D1 did not work out. So I was looking towards NAIA next. And a lot of the NAIA school too, they were not giving me what I wanted as an international. So I reached out to the coach here and he was like, I don't think you want to come here. And I'm like, why? He was like, your marks are really so good. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Right now I need to go to a school. So, and that was how I got the offer to come to Iwu. Gave me a full ride scholarship. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just from Ohio, so it isn't too far of a drive. It just kind of fit everything I wanted. A good distance, Christian college, track and field, Chick-fil-A. So I was like, yeah, seems like a good option.
How was the recruiting process for you coming here?
I was interested in the school before even talking with the coaches, so I just was requested to meet with the coach on my visit day.
You're from Nigeria, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess the question I have is, when did you make your way over here to America, and how did that process work, and how was that because of college, or was that before college, or how'd you end up here?
I ended up here because of college. So online is like my best bet for recruiting. I got contacted by a coach on Facebook because I post a lot of my videos there. And that was a junior college in Arizona. And I was able to like process my visa stuff because he was offering me what I wanted. I really wanted to go to school. And that was one thing my family could not provide. And when he reached out and I was like, you could do sports and go to school, I was like, is that even a thing? I didn't know that. So he reached out to me and I was like, I'm very interested. I processed my visa, got denied twice. And in 2020, just right after COVID was calming down, I was able to get the visa and I was able to come here January 4th, 2021. So, yeah.
So how did both of you guys get into throwing? Were there other sports that you played growing up, or what was it like?
Yeah.
Well, I did sports growing up, and when I was in middle school, I did basketball. And my coach and my family really wanted me to try track, just to do another sport. And I was really against it at first, but then I just gave in and tried it, and then I ended up really liking it, so I just stuck with it.
Yeah, I didn't really do sports in high school. I picked it up because I was just looking for a way to get out. Like, it's back home, it's not like the ideal kind of life that I wanted. So I just needed stuff that would make me better and just give me like a way out. So I picked up through Facebook. It's so strange, but it's always Facebook. A friend, now my teammate, but he's still in Nigeria, and he told me, you look very tall. You could probably throw javelin. And I'm like, heck no. Javelin is enough for me. And then he was like, okay, some other sports. And he introduced me to the sports, and I was able to leave home for a while, go train with the coach. And that was how I was able to pick up the sports. And now I love throwing discus. The rest, I don't care about them. But discus is like my favorite event. Yeah. Okay.
With throwing being something that not many people know too much about, what's like one thing that's super exciting or interesting about it?
Screaming. Yeah, there's just so much energy that comes with throwing. Like when you see a thrower in the weight room, you know it's a thrower because they're so different. Everything about us is like all about the pump. Like we want to do everything faster. Like I don't know if we have more endurance than CrossFit athletes, but we're like in and out and we're out. But just the energy you get from throwing, the screaming, and then the friendship, there's something different about throwing. Like you don't know this athlete, but you guys talk in a meet. I think you saw a girl, her name is Phoebe, at Nationals. She throws the discus.
Yeah.
Bri did not know her, but I could tell you they're friends right now. So that's one thing you get from throwing that's different from every other sport that I've seen. Yeah.
Well, I would just agree with that. Yeah, it's a lot of community when it comes with throwing because since it's very individual, it is competitive, but it's in a way where you're more challenging yourself than challenging another person. So it's easy to just be friendly with the people you're with and be able to push each other harder. And
Can you walk us through a typical week of training and what that looks like for you guys?
in the spring, we start practice at 3:45, and then we throw till around 5, and then we lift till about 6 or 6:30, and we do that 5 days a week. And Wednesdays are more stretching than lifting, so that's kind of what it looks like. And then meets about every weekend in the spring.
And as a thrower, obviously strength training is such an emphasis compared to some other sports. How do you not like overwhelm your body? And with that, how important is rest?
Oh, that's a good question, honestly. I don't know about rest when it comes to throwing because we always like are doing Olympic lifts or like today we're working on this part of the muscle. But I think one thing we get to know is how our body works. If we're feeling so sore that we cannot do it that next day, we kind of talk to the coach and we're like, so today I'm not feeling good. Do you want me to drop the reps, drop the sets? I think he's been able to do that so far. He will tell you, okay, today do more reps and light weights. And today do more sets and heavy weights. So that's how we've been able to balance the equation because it's every day and our body cannot take it. But so far it's been good. Yeah.
Do either of you guys have any like pre-meet or pre-throw things you guys have to do just for like, I don't know.
Yeah. Pre-competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I love music. So I have to listen to songs. If not, that day is going to be so bad. I don't know. It just doesn't work out if I don't play music. Early in the morning, I'm like an early waker. Bri knows I'm like 5 a.m. awake before a meet day that is like 12 p.m. or something. I'm playing music, listening. I dance a lot. Then I scream. I like singing in the bathroom. And I just get myself into that vibe. And I have to eat. I have to eat as much as I can. Because once the meet starts, I'm not able to do that. So I get to do all of that through 3 hours before the meet. Yeah.
What's on the playlist?
A lot of gospel. So a lot of Nigerian Afro beats. It's like, yeah, I do a lot of Nigerian Afro gospel beats. So one of my favorite is Prince Emmanuel. So his songs are so like active and I vibe with every one of them. So yeah.
I don't really have a ritual. I just kind of go right into it. It's just trying to hype yourself up before. And yeah, it's usually done by music, talking to others, just getting in the mindset.
Yeah, I think I know one thing we do though. We kind of like pray as a team, especially the girls. Like we warm up together most of the time. 2 individual people that matches your strength most officially. I think me and Bri were kind of like the slow runners, so we just stay at the back. And we pray together as a team. That's one thing that gets us going. Because I remember one time we talked about not praying and it did not go as well. But then we prayed the next time and then it went as well. So yeah, that's one other thing we do.
Bri, what's on your playlist?
I like musicals. So Hamilton, that's a good hype one. But I do like Bruno Mars, so that's good. You can never go wrong with gospel and Marvin Sapp.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp. Oh my God, that's her favorite singer. I don't know. She needs to meet that man. Yeah.
So you guys both did well at Nationals last year, and obviously, you're a national champion. Is there any pressure coming into the next season to like follow that up?
Honestly, I would definitely be honest. I am not where I was last year. I've had so many setbacks with injuries, especially like nerve problems, which is very strange because I've never felt the way I felt when I had it. Like, and specifically my right hand, and it's my elbow, and that's my throwing hand. So I think one coach told me to switch to left. I'm like,
Oh,
Coach,
wow.
I'm too old for that. But right now I'm not where I am, and I'm not strong. I could tell every time I lift, even go to the weight room right now, I'm not where I am last year. So I'm not really pressuring myself. Actually, I'm trying to get away from this season and try to convince them, can I not compete? So that way I don't like reduce my standard, because I left up very high like last year. So I wanted to leave that and be contented with that. But it's my last season, and my coaches are like, you just got to go for it. So I don't know. I really don't know what's outdoor season is going to be, but we're going to see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely a kind of pressure I put on myself to hit those standards again that I did last year and then go above them. And so, yeah, it's just trying to optimize every moment I practice to use that as time to improve on myself. Also try not to be too hard on myself if I don't get it right away, because track is something, it definitely builds up over the season. Like, you don't really start where you ended last year. You kind of just have to get to that point and then be able to get over it right at the end. So
How is the atmosphere and the dynamic of being able to host outdoor nationals?
It's pretty good. I would say I like it for most. The fact that I love traveling, but not on the bus. I hate bus. But I just love seeing other places and like just being able to compete. And I think Bri can say that. She's been here for 4 years or 3.
this will be my third.
This is be your 3rd year, and you've been here 2 times for nationals.
Mm-hmm.
You've not been able to like see other places. And that's one thing I hope as an athlete, just to travel to other places. But I mean, home is home, and you get the vibe of like staying in your own bed, eating Chick-fil-A sometimes. Well, we do Baldwin at nationals. Great. Yeah, and it's just the atmosphere, just being able to bring people, other schools into like what we value here as Iowa, especially chapel. Like, we have a chapel service during nationals where instead of going for like a banquet where everybody is dressed up nice, no, I would do it different. We're like, come, let's worship together. It's much better. And like those kind of atmosphere has been able to like really impact a lot of other people. And I know last year we did prayer envelopes, where we put prayer envelopes in different teams' rooms, and we got testimony from that. Like, people be like, this is really what I wanted to hear, and this is really what I wanted to see coming into, this is what I prayed for. And just hearing those is like, wow, okay, God is using us. Okay, so it's been exciting. Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure to like prepare for having everyone there, so that can be a little stressful. But I definitely like that being at IWU gets you in the mindset of, this is all for God. This is what we're using our skills for. And I feel like if it was hosted at a different school, it wouldn't be centered more on that. So I just like that the mindset hosting at IWU puts you in.
What kinds of things does the team as a whole or throwers individually do for spiritual growth?
Normally, I know we do have a small group right now. And apart from that, I think sometimes I still check with people, especially Michael on our team. He's more like a chaplain and spiritual formation in chapel. And most of the time I could like, hey, Michael, pray for me. Or if I go to the altar, he knows he's going to go right where Princess is and lay his hands on me and pray. Like, those are like kind of the things I've seen our team do. And worship, we have worship nights. Like, we don't play with those, like student-led worship nights. And it's really interesting. We do that before we meet, just to get ourselves prepped and get our mind centered on what the goal is. And hey, remember, this gift is yours, but yet it's not yours. It's for the Lord. So like, those things have been able to build us up as adults, I would say. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
adults. Yeah.
Yeah, the girls' team has a Bible study, and the guys' team has Bible study. And like Princess said, we do worship nights before meets. And anytime we meet as a group, like before practices, we're all together, we pray together. And when we have banquets or things like that, like there's going to be a little devotional there and pray there. So we just really try to make it a team focused on God.
With throwing being such a numbers and like results oriented sport, how do you kind of see the bigger picture if you don't hit the mark you were hoping for? And how does your faith play a part in that?
Ooh, wow, that's a good question. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Honestly, let's just say we all have like standards. Like right before the season, you see the standard that you have to hit for the year. And honestly, once that is out, like it comes with so much pressure because like, oh my gosh, the standards are high. But then we're like, we can do it. Like we kind of space it out, especially me. I kind of plan my meets. I'm like, okay, if I don't hit it this meet, I'm going to try to hit it next meet. And if I get close to it, I'm like, okay, I could hit it. Like I could get that. So that's like how I plan hitting those standards. And honestly, I could tell you the pressure is really high, especially when you get to the last chance and you're not able to hit it. It gets so intense, especially when you have a coach like mine. It always reminds you, we got to get that A standard, princess. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Honestly, but no biggie, honestly. That's why I'm always grateful for like God bringing me to IWU in some way, because I was in Arizona where I could tell you it was competition. It was just performance based. There's nothing about your fate that will play out, because when you have a coach like I did that always curses at you and tell you you're a failure and all that stuff, like the pressure is like really big. But coming here is like, it's not about you. It's not about your life. Like this does not define who you are. Like Christ owns you. It's just a gift. And if it ends up not working out, there's more out there for you that he has in store. So like just having that mindset a lot has played a big part of my fate with throwing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's something I've been trying to work on this year, is like being happy with the results at the end of every meet. Now it's easy to get in a bad mindset of like thinking like, oh, I failed, I didn't hit the mark that I want. But it's just reminding yourself that like, this is what I did today and I can still give it to the Lord and I can work on getting better the next meet.
What would you guys say is your biggest takeaway from being on the team for multiple years?
I just love the way, like, I wouldn't say we don't like see most of the time, especially like during classes and all that stuff. But when we meet for practice, you would just know that, oh, these girls are actually a team. We're more than a team. Like we kind of see ourselves as sisters, especially with Bri. I'm more closer to her. So when you wrote us off, I was like, oh, with Bri, I'm in. I'm doing it. Yeah, at least I already told her the least things I would do when she's speaking is just to laugh, because she kind of makes me laugh a lot. So yeah, like that's one thing I've been able to gain from just being on the team, just having people who are there for you when you're going through it. I'm like this person who isolates themselves when I'm going through it. I don't want to be in any other space. I want to solve this problem on my own. But like recently, I just texted the group. I'm like, hey, I'm hurting. Like my foot hurts. I'm going through it, and I've been in and out of depression. And like just the feedback I got from the team and saying, hey, we're praying for you. And the fact they all said, just know we love you. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but we actually do. Like just getting those kind of feedback from people whom I've never met in my life except coming to the United States. So it's really a great deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a big takeaway for me is being able to find joy in other people's success. I feel like, especially on a team where it's very individual events, like being able to just talk to each other, be like, I'm really proud of what you did today. You did a good job. Be able to see everybody like being able to celebrate, or even at their lows, just being there for them. It's just being able to be a community with a group of people that you wouldn't have known otherwise.
If you could compete or throw at any track in the world, where would it be?
Wow. Did not think of that. But honestly, wow. I wouldn't say track, but I would just love a location.
Okay.
I could tell you a location.
Yeah.
I would definitely love to go to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I watched the last Olympic, and not the Paris one, but Tokyo. I was like, wow, this is a good atmosphere to throw in. So yeah, that's like, it was empty most of the time, but right. I would tell you it was pretty nice. Like, it was really good. Yeah. That's where I would love to go.
I have no idea. I never really look at other facilities or even think about that.
But you could go to California, 2028 Olympics. I'm sure they'll build a good stadium there. Very big.
It's hot in California.
We love it when it's warm.
It's 35 degrees today.
Yeah, literally. Not going outside. Yeah.
I know you guys talked about being the slower runners and in the back, but if you got to pick, just like Coach let you on senior day or something, run an event, what would you run?
Definitely no running.
I was just gonna say
You're just gonna
I'm
opt
picking
out?
a different
I'm
field
gonna
event.
do field. I'm gonna do jumps.
Oh.
I'm gonna do high and long jump, not high because I'm scared of heights. So long jump.
I don't think you'll get that high.
Especially because I'm so slow. Yeah. Long jump. That's even better because I can run short and then just jump into the sand. So that's like really easy. Definitely not running. Have you seen me? Just one lap across around the track, I breathe like I'm about to pass out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
my chest hurts. That's why I'm grateful to God. I'm like, man, thank you for giving me the strength to actually throw because I don't need to run to do that. I just have to spin 360. Awesome. Yeah. No, not running.
I would say if I could be like instantly good at one of them, it would be pole vault. That seems fun to be up there. I'm not scared of heights, so I think I can handle that.
That is insane. Yeah, talking about heights, I flew over here from Nigeria, so you don't know how high I was. I slept. I closed my eyes. I don't want to see anything down there. Yeah, not good.
So you don't like roller coasters either?
Oh no, I've never been on one.
Oh, that would be
I'm
a
praying
sight to see.
nobody's gonna take me there. Except, see, the only way you're gonna take me is tie me up and take me, because I'm not going.
That's funny.
If you guys had to pick one memory from your time at Iowa so far, which one's your favorite?
Chapel. I love music. I don't know. I've said it so many times probably. And so far, I think one place I've been able to build memories with teams. My team is great, but you see where there's music, there's life. I say music for me is life. Like when I worship with a team, when I sing with them during rehearsal, when we share our pain and stresses and everything, and then at the end of the day, we worship and then we close it out. It's just so good. I don't think I can find that elsewhere, even when I leave Iowa. So I'm going to miss that. Yeah.
If I think like specifically relating to track, there was a meet my freshman year. And I don't know if it was Last Chance, but like it was a meet like all the girls just decided we're just gonna be hyped and we're just gonna go after it
Last Chance.
and just have the time of our lives. And the atmosphere was like so great. And even like girls from other teams were like coming in and were like cheering along with us because we're like, it just is so fun over here. And I think that moment, just being able to really and celebrate the moment with my teammates was just a good time.
I have a question about your life in Nigeria. So growing up, did you believe in God? Were you taught that kind of stuff, and then did you find out when you came over here?
My mom was a pastor.
Okay.
I could tell you. She still is, but she kind of left like the how do they say it? She left the title, but she's still doing it like on the side. But she literally wakes up as early as 5 a.m. She's the one that taught me to wake up that early. And you would not know it, even you're still sleeping, but her hand is on your head. She's praying over you. She's like anointing you. And I'm like, come on. But honestly, I'm so grateful for all of that because the prayer really worked. Because I'm sane, and I'm doing so well. My mom, she taught us the way of God. And right from when I was young up till like now, I sing in church. So I was in the children's choir, I was in the teenage choir, and then I moved to the youth choir. So I've been in church for a while. But when it comes to like a personal relationship with God, I kind of build it up like while growing up, like on my own. Because like they teach you about God, but they don't teach you like he's actually closer than you think. He's not up there. He's right here. So like that's one thing I got to find out for myself. So, but Christian lifestyle, Christian beliefs and everything about faith, my mom taught us all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it super common to have the Christian faith in Nigeria? Is that normal out there?
There's two different kind of faith there. We have the Muslims, and I feel like it's more high in Nigeria than actually Christianity, but we do have a lot of Christianity back home. It's common to see people who believe in God, but we have like traditional beliefs, like our native beliefs before Christianity came into play, but you have a lot of Christians in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was sort of your daily life like growing up there?
Wake up as early as possible, do all your chores because you're going to get spanked if you don't do it. As a girl child, it's like your responsibility to do everything. Cleaning, cooking, taking care of the home if your mom is not around. My mom do sell, like, back home we call it a kiosk. we have like this small wooden store, and she sells a lot of stuff in there, and sometimes I just oversee it and make sure they pay me and take the goods they want. So yeah, most of the time I'm just taking care of the home, and sometimes I work outside for people and money, come back home, give it to my mom, because you're a girl child. So everything you do is centered around family rather than your own self.
Are you the only one in your family that's over here?
Yes, I am the only one here. I have an elder sister and an elder brother, and they're all back home.
How often have you gone back home, or have they ever come out here?
No, I have gone back home just once since
Really?
I've been in the U.S. Since 2021, and it was because I was able to compete for Nigeria in a tournament, an international tournament. And I got free flight tickets to go back home. I was like, I'll take it. I don't care. I'm gonna go to the competition, finish, and then go home and see my mom. So I did. But I was like, Mom, she did not let me leave. Like, she did not let me out of the house. I was locked in there. She was like, I don't want you to go out. Please be safe. You just came from America. I was like, oh my gosh, America is also a country. Yeah, but it was really nice seeing my family. But I do talk to them a lot on video calls. Like, that's the internet. That's like me 24/7. You cannot find me offline. If you go on there, you'll see me like midnight. I'm always waiting to call my mom because it's 7 hours difference timing, and I have to like stay awake sometimes throughout the night, like 1 a.m. just to speak to them, just so I get to hear from them, to know they're safe. And my mom also wants to know how I'm doing. So, yeah.
Is there the possibility that you would ever throw for your country for like the Olympics, or training towards that or something?
I don't know, honestly. Like, with how things are going wise, every day I keep asking, am I sure I'm gonna even do this after college? Because my body is failing me. I'm in pain every time. So I'm like, maybe I'm just gonna pick up music. I keep joking about it, but it's kind of like a gift too. I'm like, you're not gonna pick it up. You're already doing music, but you could do it full time. I don't really know if I'm gonna do this professionally, but I hope to. Like, it's always one thing I want to do. I want to try it out. I want to do it for like 2 years and see where it takes me. And if it doesn't work out, I quit.
All right. Well, that's all. Thank you guys for coming. And good luck with your season.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wildcat Nation, for tuning in to episode 9 with IWU Women's Field, Princess Cara and Bri Nichols. I'm Abby Harvey with Isaac Wolf here on Wildcat Week, presented by Amplify Media.